Facebook page, or at least on your Facebook profile, and go check it out on our page. We just went live, so if you just joined us wherever you are in the world, thank you very much. I am here with an amazing panel of amazing tech entrepreneurs, and over there, you can't see them here on Facebook Live at the moment, but you will very shortly. There's an awesome crowd of developers, entrepreneurs, people that wanted some beer and pizza, and some of you you're in the market, you're like, there's a party, I'm here tonight, I'm gonna come. Can you make some noise? Give us some noise, man. Alright, awesome. We want to make sure you know that there's actual people on the other side of this and we're not just acting. So we're going to keep this brief and we want to make this as productive as possible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly introduce the panel that we have here, and then I'm going to ask you just to give them a nice big round of applause. And then I'm going to ask them to give us a little bit of insight on a few questions that I'll ask them. But then I'm going to ask you, the audience, to definitely think about asking them some questions too. Because this whole event tonight is not just about the panelists we have here, and about tech, and about developers, but it's about you guys as well, and getting that information out. So get ready, we are going to swing this camera around and get you on camera too, and you're going to talk on this microphone. So make sure that if you haven't done so already, you slightly comb your hair, or wipe your face from the ketchup, whatever it is, and we'll get you ready. Alright, so here we go. First things first, over here, on my right-hand side, we got Graham, which is the Chief Marketing Officer of Iversoft. Can you please give him a big round of applause? Over here, all the way from Toronto, the Global Operations Manager for HackerNest, Anika. Can we please give her a big round of applause? Yes. She is global because she has an accent just like me. She's not from Nova Scotia. She is you're from Nova Scotia. I love Nova Scotia. It's nothing, just saying. I love Nova Scotia. On her left, we got Henry, which is the marketing manager right here at PageCloud, which is hosting tonight's HackerNest. Give her a round of applause. And over there, way on the left, we have Brian, which is the co-president of Ottawa's Young Professionals, an awesome network that's helping to connect young professionals with opportunities within the tech industry, but also other opportunities. Welcome, please give him a big round of applause. All right, so I'm going to ask, I'll start first things first. I'm going to start with Anika. Now, I know if you're all the way in the back, I'm going to ask you for like a few minutes to actually remain quiet, which is difficult, I know, so I'm going to keep this tight. But I'm sure you want to hear what these individuals have to say, so work with me on this. Anika, I'm going to ask you firstly, share with us. A lot of us have heard of HackerNest, a lot of us have maybe been at a HackerNest event, but explain to me, what is HackerNest? Why have you decided, you said it's been a 6-year run now, you've been in Ottawa for about 1 year now. Why have you decided this was a time to do something like this, and it was important to start communicating with this community?
Hi everybody, and welcome to HackerNest Ottawa. It is so amazing to see all of you out here, and I am so grateful to be here. So thank you very much for coming out and supporting your community. So what I'd like to tell you about HackerNest is that we are an international non-profit organization. There is about 60,000 of you around the world. So you are part of a massive global community. You run in 34 cities, 14 countries, and 5 continents. So you are really part of something special. HackerNest started on the basis that we wanted to create an environment where tech people could come in, hang out, meet people, and make friends. It's hard to be a developer sitting in your basement or sitting in your office in the dark like I saw the PageCloud crew doing today. And sometimes it's nice to come out to have a few beers and talk about tech without feeling like you're at work. So we wanted to create these cool, engaging community events where you guys could do that. So thank you so much for supporting us. The other cool things that we actually do is we're trying to get more people into tech so that people can afford to be happier and healthier. So as well as running these tech socials around the world, we also run hackathons, which we have the Dementia Hackathon supported by Facebook and the British and Canadian governments. And we are doing Fish Hackathon, which is coming up in November, which is with the US Department of State, and that's for aquaculture, fisheries, and environmental sustainability. So we are really pushing for these things that not only you can participate in, you can organize, you can be part of a community that really, really means something. We're also doing job fairs, which is something that the Ottawa young professionals are probably going to be very interested in, that we're actually trying to connect tech companies with developers who are looking for jobs, people that are coming out of school, people that are coming out of coding boot camps, people that feel like, you know what, I really want a new job and just want to come into the community and meet all of those companies that are hiring. So HackerNest is putting all of this stuff together, and we're really creating this community in which you can find friends, you can find careers, and you can find a way of really helping and supporting your community. And so that's why we do HackerNest. So,
awesome, thank you very much. So if you're, give her a round of applause, you might as well, yes. Awesome. Yes, and if you just joined us on Facebook, by the way, this is a live broadcast of our HackerNest here at PageCloud. Once again, we have real people in the audience. That is why you hear a real round of applause. By raise of hands, who is a developer? Raise your hand if you're a developer. Fantastic. Who would like to be a developer? All right, there's one man at the. Oh, sorry. Yes, yeah. Okay, fantastic. He's like, yes, I think that's what I want to do. Fantastic. And who is just an entrepreneur? Raise your hand. Anybody entrepreneurs over there? Fantastic. Okay, who is here just to socialize? Oh, okay, there you go. Okay, fantastic, good. All right. So over here on my right, Grant, you're from Iversoft. Who knows Iversoft? Raise your hand if you know Iversoft. Okay. If you don't know Iversoft just yet, you should definitely go and find out a little bit more. Once again, a company that has made more and more waves over the last couple of years, been around the block a little bit, have done some amazing things, but really have stepped up their game over the last few years and really getting out there. So maybe you could share with us from a development perspective. We know we live in an awesome city that has stepped up from a whole other level with the companies that we have here, the expectations of what a developer needs to be able to do, their expertise. How have you as Iversoft adapted to this whole change in the market? Or maybe how have you seen this change in general just for the company and how you're recruiting employees and maybe and what those expectations are?
Yeah, awesome. So Iversoft has been on a pretty crazy growth track for the past year and a half. I think we've almost tripled or quadrupled in size in the last 18 months. So part of that, thank you. Part of that has been a huge focus for us on company culture and hiring process and really trying to understand the core of the talent that we're looking for, the environment we want to create, and if we are going to be a high growth company and we are going to meet all of our goals and continue to deliver awesome stuff for our clients and our users, we're looking for developers that go above and beyond. They don't just look at a problem and find the first way to solve it and move on to the next thing. They want to create excellence for the customers, create excellence for our users, and really focus on creating that amazing experience. And in all honesty, that talent war in Ottawa, as the tech scene in Ottawa continues to boom, gets harder and harder and harder. So I mean, as a company, we invest a fair bit in our culture. We actually have a dedicated company culture team now that does focus on quarterly events, focuses on professional career planning within the company, and make sure that all of our staff are on the career paths that they want, that they have the tools to learn the new languages they need. We've been a mobile company for longer than most companies have kind of known the mobile space was around. We launched kind of day one of the App Store was our first app came out. And we've definitely seen a pretty significant journey in the bar for talent and the requirement from developers to be flexible and be able to move with the times, especially in mobile. And I think that transcends a lot of companies too, because we're seeing a lot of emerging tech come into this space. From our perspective, we've moved from just playing with traditional mobile apps and web apps to building augmented reality and virtual reality into a lot of projects, taking it to the next level in our games projects. And not only does that require a certain level of skill from the developers we're talking to, it requires a certain level of creativity and willingness to embrace new technology. We don't want the person that was really good at Flash 5 years ago and still loves Flash and thinks it's the greatest thing ever, but has this hunger to kind of keep looking for the next great language and playing with the new tech that comes onto the scene.
Okay, now once again, if you're in the audience, keep in mind that very shortly we'll have an open discussion with you in the audience as well. So if you have any questions for any of these panelists, please keep that in mind. I will definitely ask you to ask your question. It's your moment to be in the spotlight and get that question out there and have someone answer it for you. I'm going to jump over to Henry. Henry, you can share with me maybe as well what's wonderful about PageCloud and your team. Yes, you have a phenomenal there's a working environment and an atmosphere and a creativity that's surrounding your company, but also you came to the market as a disruptor. You wanted to be a disruptor within the market, which means you wanted to be those guys that say, hey, listen, we've always done it this way. Now, guess what? You can do it this way. We are opening up this whole new opportunity for you. So maybe how has that influenced your culture and your approach, and maybe even the approach of your coders? And I know you have to now talk for them, but maybe how's that approach, how's that atmosphere amongst you guys to not just be regular developers, but to be guys that are disruptors, guys that are willing to look for ways to make things better and different and not do what everybody else has been doing for the longest time?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't even know where to begin, really. For those of you who don't know what PageCloud is, thank you very much for coming to our office this evening. But we have two fantastic case studies up here on the stage with us this evening as well. You have OYP and Iversoft. They both actually have their websites built on PageCloud. It's a great lead in to the fact that PageCloud is a new kind of website builder that the likes of which you've never seen before. And I think it kind of leads into what you kind of set me up to talk about. If I say, oh, it's a website building platform, I think everybody in the audience today can think about 1, 2, maybe 3 other website builders that they've either played with or they know the name of pretty well. So it's like, oh man, why in 2014 would you think to be starting a brand new company that's entering a space that really has so many established players? It kind of speaks to the culture of, I think now that I'm on the other side of the fence, it's a bit of a curse that there is so much competition for the talent that's in Ottawa. Hiring is really hard. But we also have this culture of people that want to do something that's different or that is actually going to disrupt existing industries. To have a strong startup ecosystem, you gotta have these select few, say, serial entrepreneurs who succeed and then are willing to kind of give back to the community, and they almost are self-fulfilling, self-funding. So if you look at Ottawa, you think, what is the latest tech success to come out of Ottawa? It's Shopify. Shopify's current CEO, Toby, personally invested in PageCloud early on, and Shopify's former CEO, Scott Lake, is actually on our board member, is on our board of advisors. So, I don't think I could give a better example of why being in Ottawa is such a fantastic place for tech right now, because you have those people that have shown the rest of the community that not only can they succeed, but they're willing to kind of give back and support that actual community to grow it here in Ottawa and not send all this talent away to Silicon Valley or even something like Waterloo or Toronto.
So just to speak to, and thank you for sharing that a little bit. Brian, for yourself, your organization started, I would want to know, let's share with me why you wanted to start your organization, and then why you thought collaborating with HackerNest, volunteer. By the way, they are the guys that's volunteering. You saw Brian, he was standing next to the beer fridge. That is probably the most popular spot in the entire world. You met every single person here, which is pretty awesome. That is the most, and then of course at reception as well. So you guys volunteered your services here as well. And you have other things you're doing as well. This is an extra company organization that you guys are starting. Why did you think it was important to get people out of educational institutions to start connecting with these various companies and even an organization like HackerNest?
Sure, so I'll actually give you 2 examples from my personal experience. Number one being when I came out of university, and we actually talked about this a couple days ago. I actually didn't have a network. I didn't really know how to network. So if I had known this while I was in university, I could have built up my network before I came out, and then been able to find a job easy, right? And the second example would be, I started networking in Ottawa about a year ago. My business partner actually found a spot for us to network with. They're called GenNext. I actually asked a few people here if they've heard of GenNext. Anyone? Any takers here? A couple? There we go. Great. So, a few people raised their hands. It's good to hear. Me personally, I hadn't heard about them. So, from my experience, not hearing about a company like that, they're putting on great events. If there's more awareness out there for these companies, it's better for Ottawa. Grow your network that way. So kind of our short-term goal is to create sort of an aggregation schedule so people can come visit our website, figure out where the events are in Ottawa and partake in them. Yep. And then HackerNest, obviously, just it's quite an organic relationship, I feel. You know, they want to help obviously the tech industry, whereas OIP, you know, obviously we want to help as well in the tech industry. It's booming in Ottawa. And then there's obviously other industries within Ottawa that we feel we can help with as well. So.
All right, now let's get down to the nitty-gritty a little bit. I'm going to open it up to the audience. Let me just hear, or at least see a round of applause. You can all raise your hands. Who is in the tech industry at the moment? Make some noise. All right, who is in some other industry that's not in tech? All right, yes, all right, fantastic. They're like, what are you doing here? This is awesome. So what we're going to do now is we're going to open up the floor a little bit. Even if you're all the way in the back by the pizza, the man that raised his hand that wants to be a developer. Yeah, if you want to have a question as well, sir, if you didn't have that amazing hairdo, I would not be able to spot you, but I can actually all the way from here. I wish I had hair like that. If you have a question, now's the time to do so. So does anybody have a question that they want to either point to Iversoft, PageCloud, or even HackerNest? We have a man right here. Come on up, sir. We're going to get you. Just stand right over here in the light. Come closer to the light. Introduce yourself, your name. And if you're all the way in the back, by the way, you might want to just perk up once again. We're going to do about 3 or 5 questions. So listen closely. Give us a little bit of silence for a few minutes and we'll get going. Okay, your name, and then maybe the question to one of the panelists.
So my name is Trevor, and I'm one of the people who is not in the tech industry. I'm interested though. I don't have a computer science degree, but I'm learning programming. And I was wondering for Iversoft, HackerNest, you two are probably really good candidates for this. What is a good approach to get into the community right now? Like obviously you're looking to benefit the tech field as best as you can, find the talent and stuff like that. And there's a little bit of a stigma for big blue on computer science. So what would you say your best advice for me is?
So from my perspective and experience, so I've been in the tech industry for 2 years working for HackerNest, and we've found that more and more often people are coming out of coding boot camps, coding schools, people are being self-taught how to code. Having a computer science degree does not necessarily mean that you're going to have a disadvantage coming into a tech background. So having good interview skills, having good personality, knowing people, coming out to HackerNest events and meeting everybody in the community. Like this is where you meet your people that know someone who knows someone who's hiring, right? This is where you come and make your friends, this is where you make those connections, this is where you make those networks that are so important. So don't feel down on yourself because you don't have a CS degree. It's not necessary to work in the tech industry these days. You can get an amazing job coming out of boot camps, being self-taught and having a great portfolio and a stand-up personality.
Awesome question. So I'll let you in on a small secret. I've been in the tech industry for about 18 years. Co-founded 5 companies and live my world in tech marketing and tech entrepreneurship. I do not have a computer science degree. I do not have any degree. I got into tech through pure just passion on my own. I self-taught myself to program really badly. Networked the hell out of everything I could and found people who were way better at it than I was, surrounded myself with them, and have made an entire career and kind of life out of working with people in the technology space, being able to communicate technology, being passionate about it. So I would say CS degree is not a barrier in any way. Talk to companies. Like there are so many roles in tech companies that don't require CS, and there's so many resources available to you today to self-teach. I mean, when I self-taught, I went to the library and got books. That is not the way to learn programming.
Like ones that you hold?
Yeah, physical ones that you hold. It was a long time ago. And that was basic stuff. Like, there are so many resources now. If you're passionate about it, it's not that intimidating. Get into it, try a little bit. Try and apply the little bit that you learn to whatever role you see yourself in. If your vision is just tech in general, figure out what that role is going to look like for you. If your vision is actually programming, then find boot camps. There are so many of them. and get through it. And yeah, don't see it as a stigma. It's only a stigma if you decide it is for yourself, because everything else is going to be networking.
Thank you very much, Trevor. Great question. Okay, perfect. Do we have another question? Do we have another question in the house? Does anybody have a question? Yes, the young lady over here. Thank you very much. All right.
Hi. Sorry. You're all going to have to be real quiet because I have a tiny little voice. Can everyone hear me? All the way back there? Way back there? Thumbs up. Good. Hi, Graham. So I was just wondering if you guys could tell me maybe what you're doing for women in tech and getting more women into tech. I kind of know what Iversoft is doing since I'm there. But also maybe what the future is for women in tech and getting them into it.
All right, fantastic. Do we have some women in tech here tonight? Raise your hand. Give me a whoop whoop. I had a better whoop whoop. All right. So, okay, maybe you can speak to that a little bit first.
I mean, you know, being a woman, good start, I guess. But the thing that HackerNest is doing is we are creating an environment where women are comfortable to come out and talk about tech. Like that is basically the start of what we need to do in order to be able to have more women in tech, is to make women feel comfortable coming to events where they can talk about tech, where they feel like they are respected, where like they feel like they're valued and that their contribution matters. And that's so important for us. We get so many women coming out to our events, and it's amazing to see if we just keep encouraging that. So.
Yeah, I think, like one of the first places you got to start is you got to be open having that conversation at the management level of any like hiring organization. That's something that we at PageCloud have made like a focus. I think just thinking of our last, I think 5 or 6 hires for them are women in tech. We sponsored Ladies Learning Code, and I think and to kind of hit the nail on the head is there's definitely like a stigma around the culture in tech. You got to make sure that it is a place that is, you know, comfortable and available for everybody.
Great question. Thank you very, very much. We'll do one more question. Anybody out there that would like to ask a question? I'm going to ask that man with the crazy hair all the way in the back. Come on down, sir. Do you have a question you want to ask us? No. Come down. Put the beard down. Put the beard down. He's like, that thing's attached to my left hand. All right, hello, I'm sorry, I'm gonna pick up. It is, I'm sorry. It stands out a little bit, it's okay, that's fine, it's okay. Exactly. So, you have to have a question at least for any of these guys up here. Any other question?
I did have a question, but gentlemen, the first question was a question I wanted to ask, so it's been answered already. Pardon? Just put me on the spot. Okay, tell me about your beginnings in tech. So how did you start? What was it like?
There you go, look at you, see, not just good hair, also smart. Alright, so let's jump all the way. I'll jump over to you, Graham, because you've been in the tech industry for a little while, so I know you gave a good answer to our first question as well, but maybe you could say, how did this all come to fruition?
I got into tech by accident, wasting way too much time playing online games. That was the majority of my youth. And wanting to not learn how to build them, learn how to break them. We spent quite a fair bit of time hacking online games, creating currency, creating bots and scripts that would automate gameplay. So that we could sell currency from online games like Diablo and World of Warcraft on the internet. So yeah, that was our intro to tech. It was a passion of gaming and a lot of irresponsibility.
I'm going to jump over to you, Henry. Maybe you can show us how did you get to start with PageCloud, or maybe how did this whole tech industry start for you?
Cool, yeah, I think I can kind of add to the first question by Trevor was actually like I have a marketing degree. I would consider myself a lifelong tech hobbyist, but by no means did I have any like real skills. My first job in tech was 6 years ago, my first full-time job out of university, and I actually started as a direct sales, so as a sales guy, but I was in a tech company, and just that kind of put me into the environment of going to work right next to developers every day, and like, you know, you want to be able to interact with your colleagues and speak the same language as them, and their interests kind of bleed into your life. And to Graham's point, I mean, you know, now I'm managing a digital marketing team. Everything that I do on a pretty much daily basis, I've learned through the internet, or I've picked up from going to meetups just like this. So I think, you know, just everything that you've heard so far, it actually resonates very much with me, because, you know, if I didn't have that first job where I happened to be a non-tech person at a tech company, I might not be in tech today.
So I am a reformed lawyer. I was working as a lawyer in the electricity and gas industry in New Zealand, and if you can think of a more boring job, I really don't know what to tell you about that. But I decided to quit my job, go backpacking across the US, and come and live in Canada. And so I messaged a friend, JJ Bed, the CEO of HackerNest. I said, "Do you know anyone who's hiring?" And he's like, "We are. Come work for us." So that's when I got into tech, and when I first started in tech, you know, I didn't know a computer was a thing that came in parts, and now I spend a lot of time talking about that, putting them together, and wasting my time online gaming. So yeah.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, can we please give all these individuals a big round of applause? Awesome. So for those of you that watched this online, thank you very much for joining us. This was Techopia Live, and tonight we are at HackerNest, we are at PageCloud, and on the panel with me we had Graham, the Chief Marketing Officer with Iversoft, we had Annika from HackerNest, we had Henry from PageCloud, our Marketing Manager, and we also had Brian from Ottawa's Young Professionals, which is one of the co-presidents. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. We hope you will stick to watching as many of these Techopia lives as we have, because we want to make sure that we communicate all the amazing things that's happening, not just in Ottawa, but in Canada and globally as well. We keep on talking about tech so we can create more opportunities, have more HackerNests, and take over the world one step at a time. Thank you very much for joining us.